Good morning, guys, and welcome to the vlog. It is March the 26th, and it's currently 10:14. I am actually very groggy this morning because I decided to stay up late scrolling last night. And Colin actually had work at 10 today, so he's been out since like 9:30, and that's when I decided to get up, was when he left. But he already took care of what he needs this morning, which I am super thankful for, because I just need to like perk myself up and he will like wake up. But good morning. I've realized that I have a bad habit of vlogging for however long and never uploading. But then every time I think about uploading, none of my vlogs are caught up to speed. Therefore, I'm just talking to myself all day long. So I have made a decision to, again, try and catch up as much as I can. But today will mark the day that I like start exporting, editing, and moving forward today. So to kick off this vlog, let's take a sip of coffee because I'm super sleepy. But hello, good morning. Let's see, when was the last time I posted? I know it was my journaling video, but what date was that? It was a month ago. Okay, so I'm not like too far off. Sometimes I like have these like little mini revelations and they just don't work out. Okay. Anyways, so let's rewind. The last full update that I did was 3 months ago. And my journal setup kind of like led to more updates. As you can see, this is a different background for you. We have moved. But yes, in my journal setup, I talked about a couple of things. Like I kind of went a little deep, and then I kind of talked about some updates. But since I haven't posted anything since then, I guess I will go ahead and do a verbal update. We moved, and I'm so happy for it. There was a lot of drama that kind of was going on with us leaving early and things like that. Basically, we had met up with the former apartment's office, and they basically told us the terms of like either buying out our lease or breaking our lease. There's a difference. So breaking your lease means like you don't give enough warning, which is 60 days, and there are penalties and fees, and it's just more expensive to just like up and leave. So we calculated it to like when we found this apartment and we signed the lease and we set up our move-in date, we made it to where we would tell our old apartment 61 days before we had to be here. But also like the overlap, like we had like a week overlap or a week and a half overlap between when our lease officially ended at our last apartment and when our new lease started. So we always do this because we never know what moving's gonna be like. We never know what our schedules are gonna really be like. So we do this with the intention of like, if we can't get everything done in one day, that's totally fine. We have enough time to finish cleaning, to like clear everything out, throw everything away, this, that, and the other. So that was done. We followed all the conditions, all the terms. However, the office was trying to tell us that we didn't. And they were saying that we told them like 58 days in advance or like 55 days in advance, something like that. But we have proof of the original paperwork where we signed it, the date, blah, 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 did the math, everything like that. So the office had processed it, I guess, like 3 or 4 days after we actually like submitted the form, which that's not how this works, you know? So yes, it took us multiple emails, multiple phone calls, and Colin having to like drive back to the apartment to get this fixed, because basically our like dues ended up being like 2 to 3 grand with the error, and then it ended up being like 1,000, which is what we anticipated. Like, we anticipated it being roughly like 1 month's worth of rent to buy out our lease, which we were okay with. Like, our finances looked fine for that, and we could like get by that, actually. Like, that made sense. And then they gave us back our full deposit, which was $800. And granted, that is like the most expensive deposit we have ever paid for. And had our circumstances when we first started living at our old apartment been different, we probably wouldn't have signed, because that deposit is just way too much for us. But yeah, it ended up only being like $200 something to buy out our lease, which is way better than like $2,000-$3,000. Like, I don't know, it was a ridiculous number. So we've been here since the start of the year. I have been taking a break, chilling, I don't know, like, I've been taking this period of stillness as a way to prepare for what's to come, as well as like to heal, reconcile with myself, all these things. Like, I've had a little bit ups and downs. For the most part, January, February were great. But I think like now that everything's kind of like settling down, like I don't have the bustle and hustle of the holidays, birthdays, like moving, all those things. Like, we're finally like in a consistent routine now. Like, March has just been really rough for me, because I think I've had to really dig a little deeper, let's just say that. So yeah, there's that. I have been attending, or trying to attend, my bi-weekly tutoring sessions that my professor provides for me and my classmates who will be returning in the summer, which is coming up pretty soon, like in 2 months. I'm actually kind of glad to be going back, just because like I've only really been in school my whole life, so it feels weird to like not be working, not be in school. But obviously, like, I have to work on this. But I've been working on the worksheets, or like the readings that they provide us, like the list of readings, just to like brush up on things, read about things that I didn't know about previously, like, you know, just doing something to try and like stir the brain a little bit. But it's all really passive right now. Like, this is just kind of laying the foundation, hopefully, from when we come back in the summertime. In terms of work, I am PRN at the same hospital. I will say, driving to Fort Worth from here is a pain. Like, it is such a pain. I'm basically going out of town and back in one day every time I go to work, because we live in like Dallas now, and it's been rough. Like, I feel like I need to be working. I feel like I want to work, but the idea of having, like, just thinking about driving to work really kind of pushes me over the edge a little bit, because it's such a long commute. Like, I have to go through 5 different highways. It's like an hour on average both ways to come back. It's 40 miles. And so, like, yes, realistically, do I need to go to work? Probably. Is Colin okay with me not working? Most definitely. Like, he's like, there are some days where he's like, why are you working so much? And I'm like, babe, I'm only working like 2 shifts a week. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think I'm just really struggling with the desire to want to work. Like, I'm kind of settling into the idea that, like, I don't have to work per se, and I could do a lot of things at home. But again, like, I feel like it's like the hustle culture. Like, I feel like I don't deserve to have this period of stillness and, like, being content with being at home. Like, I just don't feel as productive, even though I'm being as productive as I can be, like, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, there are just some days where I'm just really having a rough day, and I can just, like, easily use work as a way to, like, distract myself and, you know, not have to deal with a lot of things. But that's kind of not the point of this period of my life. So yeah, like, right now I'm kind of taking a step back from work. Like, there was like a period where I was consistently working 2 to 3 shifts a week, but this is like the first week where I have nothing scheduled until like my next weekend shift, which is like in April. And granted, that won't be the case. Like, I probably should work like once a week, if I can. But again, I'm just taking this time to really figure things out. I don't know how else to, like, say that, like, eloquently. And then, of course, there's wedding planning. So there's a lot that goes into that. I feel like I am gonna, like, explode. As much as, like, fun it is to, like, make my Pinterest board and, like, think about these things, like, I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it, because I just feel like there's pressure, or there's like just something about it that just really just like I don't know how to describe it. But I do need to email the wedding coordinator for the church again. I haven't heard from her in like 13 days, and I'm like really stressed out because I really need to book this date ASAP. I've had to wait this long to do it, and I'm gonna be mad if we don't get our date, because it should still be available, technically speaking. So yes, I think right now we are trying to finalize the church and the venue, and then everything else should be a lot tamer. I think those are like the 2 main things, and I want to get those done before I go back to school, because I think all of the other details I can work out, like, between me and Colin, or like me and my family, or like me and like other people, you know what I mean? So I feel like those are like the 2 main things, is the church and the venue. church is like right there. Like I just need to like secure it, like sign, pay, all that stuff. Venue, it's a little bit trickier, I will say. We have a venue pending, and we mainly need to just like take a tour, sign all the contracts, all that good stuff. The only problem is that there's like this much margin, this much, for guests showing up. And what I mean by that is like the capacity of this venue, we are like 3 short of this capacity in terms of our guest list. 3 people. And I'm currently trying to figure out how to handle my extended family, especially the extended family that I really don't know, but are obviously important. Sorry. But they are obviously important to my parents, my grandparents, and the elders in my family. So, with that being said, it's a good time out here. It is a good time out here. But yes, I think this is like the quickest I could do like an update for the last 3 months. I feel like I'm missing some things, but I feel like that's like the highlight of the last 3 months. So today's goal is to clean my desk because this is crazy. Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's so cluttered, I can't function, can't do anything. What's today's date? I think those are like the main things that I need to do today. I don't know why I'm like getting all worked up for it. Like there's no reason for me to feel like this all the time. But I'm gonna go ahead and try and be as productive as possible before I get hungry and get the urge to make myself some lunch. But yeah, I think today is just gonna be a day of being at home and just trying to corral all of this. Like I wish you could see how crazy this looks. Like I have stuff here, I have stuff here, stuff here. This is a whole situation in itself. Like I don't mind parts of this setup, but at the same time, like I'm feeling kind of cluttered from this. Hi guys. It's now 12:35. I just finished my lunch. We've got some progress. We rearranged the shelf basically. I just flipped it, but I also like dusted, I cleared off majority of my workspace, which feels so good. Feels so good. There's a couple of things I can also do here and there, but they're like little knickknacks here and there. I need to get onto studying. I had to charge my keyboard, so that's kind of why I didn't study, / I'm always trying to delay my study times just because I don't have the tolerance or the endurance for it anymore. But yes, I feel pretty good. Pretty good. I was able to also export some footage from our move, and that's always really nice. I feel like it's really hard to be on top of it all because I record everything from my iPhone, and as brilliant as like the iPhone is and how great it is, it does get tedious when exporting via AirDrop to like the MacBook and stuff like that, and I have to do it on Colin's MacBook, and not mine, because mine is a super old model, like it's a dinosaur. So I do all my editing now on Colin's computer, and it's such a godsend because it's so much faster, like processing things is so much easier. The time from like airdropping all of my footage and stuff, that's a lot faster. So I was able to knock out a days worth of footage, and I feel like these are also the bulk of the video, like my desk makeover, building furniture, those types of things. I feel like everything afterwards is just kind of like an update, like just trying to get things done and like closing out the old apartment. So I feel like almost all the footage for our moving vlog is almost done. I'm so sorry. She's losing her mind. But yes, like these are all of the days for our moving vlog. So it's across the span of what, 2 weeks-ish? But each one has so much footage. Like, what's a big one? This one's a big one. Oh, that one's empty. Sorry, wrong one. This one's a big one. This one's a really big one here. Like, one of these clips is like 10 minutes long. So actually like trimming it down and everything is gonna be a bitch, but at least it's like all here. So yeah, that's where we are at. I wonder if I actually have footage on the 11th. I'll have to check on my phone when I sign off from here for now, but yes, I need to meeting at it is now 3 o'clock and I am hitting a wall. I've only done like an hour's worth of work, but granted it was mainly like reading versus like formatting and like typing things out. Earlier I took about an hour nap with Winnie because she was really struggling to lay down for a nap. She hadn't slept all day and she was becoming quite crazy. I am going to take a break on this topic, I think. Why is that so sticky? But yes, I'm gonna take a break on the topic that I'm working on just because I'm like getting bored of it, and I think that's why I'm like hitting my wall. I've only had half of my coffee. I was going to try and make a brown sugar shaken espresso at home, but none of the stuff that I need to make that is clean. Like I just brought like a cocktail set for us for a little bar area, and I have to wash it, so I didn't want to do that. So I didn't make my brown sugar shaken espresso. I will clean it tonight so I can drink that tomorrow. So yes, I feel like part of the issue for my endurance is like my lack of excitement to learn for certain things. Like there are certain things I like to learn about, and there are certain things that I'm just like, it's like really painful to do it. So obviously I feel like I've talked about this before, but I never did anything with it. So did I really talk about it? So this is what my document looks right now. Usually I have like, I don't know what this is called, like a an index kind of what I need to read, and like which books and which chapters and stuff like that. And then I kind of break it down by which book I need to read. So this is what I've done so far. But because sometimes my interest dies, I tend to like format my sections like this. Like I'll do like an outline, and then whatever topic I'm interested in, I'll work on it, and then I'll come back to like these sections here. That makes sense. But at the start of each chapter, I'll do like the chapter objectives. If I ever come back to these, who knows, but they're there in case I do. But as you can see, there's like big chunks of like things that I technically haven't gotten to, but I just don't feel the desire to learn about these topics. Same here. I started all these special tests. Like, this looks really good. I like the way this is turning out. I ended up losing some steam, so I have like these 3 here to finish under mobility or pain provocation tests. And then like I didn't get to any of these. And then here's like neural tension testing, which I've learned about and remember, but these are like extra little notes and tidbits, interventions, stuff like that. So I'm actually right here, and I got tired. So I saw this CRPS and was like, oh, I wonder what Dutton has to say about this. So I will go ahead and try and do that. I think I'm going to take another nap. Like, the eye strain is too much. Like, my eyes are like this, and I feel really groggy. It could be my allergies, I don't know what it is, but like the pressure behind my eyes is just too much. And my little puppy is asleep now. So I might take another nap, and then get back to the CRPS stuff, because I can't force myself to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's really healthy to force yourself to like push through, especially like if there's no what's the word I'm looking for? Punishment for it, I guess. Like, there's no risk in me not doing this. So I think I'm gonna take a nap again. I don't know why I feel super lethargic today. I just do. So hopefully I will be able to just take a quick nap. Maybe 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna shoot for 30. Sit. Lay down. Roll over. Roll over. Good girl. Eat. The way I literally slept for so long, and now I'm eating my fried onions and potatoes for dinner because I'm really craving it, and I just wanted something super simple and fast because I have my tutoring session in literally 10 minutes, and I just slept. I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself for oversleeping, but at the same time, I know that I shouldn't be like forcing myself to do this, because forcing myself makes it even worse, to be honest. These conditions